Have you ever gazed up at the night sky and felt a sense of awe and wonder? The universe is vast and mysterious, filled with billions of stars and galaxies. It's only natural to ask the big questions: why are we here? What is our purpose? Is there a God? These questions have captivated Christians for centuries. In this exploration, we'll delve into these profound questions from a Christian perspective. We'll examine different viewpoints, including atheism and scientific theories. Our goal is to seek truth and understanding as we navigate the complexities of life's biggest mysteries through the lens of our faith. Science has made remarkable strides in unraveling the mysteries of the universe. From the intricate workings of the human cell to the vastness of space, we continue to make groundbreaking discoveries. Yet, amidst these advancements, some fundamental questions remain unanswered. How did the universe begin? What sparked the origin of life? These questions delve into the realm of origins, a topic that has ignited debates between science and religion for generations. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, the universe displays an astonishing level of order and complexity. Physicists and cosmologists marvel at the fine-tuning of the cosmos, where even slight variations in physical constants would render the universe lifeless. This intricate balance raises profound questions about the nature of reality and the possibility of a divine creator. Is our universe simply a product of chance, or is there a deeper intelligence at work? As Christians, we explore these questions with faith, seeking to understand how science and religion can coexist and complement each other. Our aim is not to prove or disprove any particular belief system, but to foster thoughtful dialogue and encourage a deeper understanding of the questions that have captivated humanity for millennia. The universe, in all its grandeur, invites us to ponder our place within it and to seek answers to life's most enduring mysteries through the lens of our Christian faith. When we delve into the big questions of existence, we often encounter two prominent perspectives: atheism and science. It's important to recognize that these are not mutually exclusive. Many scientists hold religious beliefs, and some atheists find value in scientific inquiry. However, atheism and science approach these fundamental questions from different angles. Atheism, at its core, is a worldview that denies the existence of God or any supernatural deities. It posits that the universe is self-contained, governed by natural laws, and devoid of any divine purpose or design. Science, on the other hand, operates within the realm of empirical evidence, seeking to understand the natural world through observation, experimentation, and the formulation of testable hypotheses. While some atheists may draw upon scientific findings to support their worldview, it's crucial to distinguish between atheism as a philosophical stance and science as a methodology. Science, by its very nature, is limited to investigating the observable and measurable aspects of the universe. It cannot prove or disprove the existence of God, as the concept of a deity falls outside the realm of scientific inquiry. Atheism, therefore, is not a scientific conclusion but rather a personal conviction based on an individual's interpretation of evidence and philosophical reasoning. As Christians, it's essential to understand these distinctions and engage thoughtfully with differing perspectives. Science thrives on empirical evidence, data collected through observation and experimentation that can be independently verified. Scientific theories are not mere guesses but well-substantiated explanations of natural phenomena, supported by a vast body of evidence and subject to rigorous testing and revision. For example, the theory of gravity explains why objects fall to the ground and planets orbit stars. It's a powerful framework that has been repeatedly confirmed through countless experiments and observations. As Christians, we recognize that science and faith can coexist harmoniously. Our faith provides a deeper understanding of the ultimate nature of reality, while science offers insights into the workings of God's creation. This distinction is crucial to avoid conflating personal beliefs with scientific findings. While some may find support for their faith in scientific discoveries, it's essential to recognize that science itself does not lead inevitably to atheism, but can complement a Christian worldview. Science, for all its remarkable achievements, has its limitations. It excels at explaining the how of natural processes, but often struggles to address the why questions that delve into ultimate causes and purposes. For instance, science can describe the intricate mechanisms of DNA replication, but cannot definitively answer why life exists in the first place, or whether it has an inherent purpose. These questions, often considered metaphysical or philosophical, lie beyond the scope of scientific inquiry. It's important to acknowledge the boundaries of scientific knowledge. Science operates within the framework of naturalism, assuming that all phenomena can be explained by natural laws and processes. While this approach has proven incredibly fruitful in advancing our understanding of the universe, it does not preclude the possibility of realities or truths that transcend the natural realm. As Christians, we believe that ultimate meaning, purpose, and the existence of a realm beyond the material universe are found in God. Fossil records provide a fascinating glimpse into the history of life on Earth, revealing the intricacies of God's creation. Like puzzle pieces scattered across time, fossils offer clues about the creatures that inhabited our planet long ago, each one a testament to the Creator's design. Paleontologists painstakingly excavate these remnants of ancient life, piecing together the story of creation and evolution over millions of years. From towering dinosaurs to tiny marine organisms, fossils paint a vivid picture of Earth's biodiversity through the ages, showcasing the diversity of life God has created. Darwin's theory of evolution proposed that species evolve gradually over time through a process of natural selection, a concept that has sparked much discussion among Christians. According to this theory, small incremental changes accumulate over generations, leading to the development of new species, a process that some see as part of God's plan. Fossil records were initially seen as a way to test this theory, providing a timeline of evolutionary change that many believe aligns with the divine timeline of creation. However, as scientists delved deeper into the fossil record, they encountered some intriguing discrepancies that challenge our understanding. One of the key predictions of Darwinian evolution is the existence of transitional forms, also known as missing links, which some Christians interpret in the context of divine intervention. These hypothetical organisms would represent intermediate stages between ancestral species and their descendants, demonstrating the gradual transition from one form to another, a process that can be seen as part of God's creative work. While fossil records do show evidence of change over time, the abundance and clarity of transitional forms fall short of what Darwin's theory would predict, prompting many to see the hand of God in the gaps. The fossil record, while extensive, is not without its limitations. Fossilization is a rare occurrence, requiring a specific set of conditions to preserve the remains of an organism over millions of years. As a result, the fossil record is incomplete, with many species likely to have existed without leaving a trace. These gaps in the fossil record, often referred to as missing links, pose challenges to our understanding of evolutionary history. Darwin himself acknowledged the incompleteness of the fossil record, attributing it to the imperfections of preservation. He believed that future discoveries would fill in these gaps, revealing the gradual transitions his theory predicted. However, despite over a century of intensive fossil hunting, many of these gaps persist. While some transitional forms have been discovered, such as Archaeopteryx, a creature with both reptilian and avian features, these findings are often open to interpretation and debate. The absence of clear transitional forms in many lineages has led some scientists to question the adequacy of Darwinian gradualism as the sole explanation for evolutionary change. Alternative theories, such as punctuated equilibrium, propose that evolution may occur in bursts of rapid change interspersed with long periods of stasis. This theory suggests that new species may arise relatively quickly, potentially explaining the sudden appearance of new forms in the fossil record. For Christians, these gaps in the fossil record can be seen as a reminder of the divine mystery of creation, encouraging faith in God's plan and the wonders of His works. The Cambrian Explosion. One of the most striking examples of the challenges posed by fossil records to Darwinian gradualism is the Cambrian Explosion. This pivotal event in Earth's history, occurring around 540 million years ago, witnessed the sudden appearance of a vast array of complex life forms in a relatively short geological time frame. Within a few tens of millions of years, a period considered brief in evolutionary terms, most of the major animal phyla, the fundamental body plans of animals, emerged in the fossil record. The Cambrian Explosion presents a significant puzzle for Darwinian evolution, as it suggests a rapid diversification of life forms that seems at odds with the gradual incremental changes proposed by Darwin. The sudden appearance of complex organisms without clear ancestors in the preceding fossil record challenges the notion of slow and steady evolutionary progress. Several hypotheses have been proposed to explain the Cambrian explosion, including environmental changes, genetic innovations, and ecological factors. Some scientists suggest that a rise in oxygen levels in the oceans may have triggered the evolution of larger, more complex organisms. Others point to the development of new genetic toolkits, such as the Hox genes, which play a crucial role in body plan development. For Christians, the Cambrian explosion can be seen as a testament to the Creator's hand in the sudden flourishing of life, aligning with the belief in a purposeful and intelligent design behind the universe. The Elegance of Physics. Physics, often hailed as the most fundamental of the sciences, explores the basic building blocks of the universe and the laws that govern their behavior. From the smallest subatomic particles to the largest galaxies, physics seeks to unravel the elegant equations and principles that underpin the cosmos, revealing the intricate design of God's creation. One of the hallmarks of physics is its remarkable predictive power, a testament to the order and consistency God has woven into the fabric of the universe. Armed with a few fundamental laws, physicists can model and predict the motion of planets, the behavior of light, and the interactions of particles with astonishing accuracy, reflecting the divine wisdom in creation. Newton's law of universal gravitation, for example, describes the force of attraction between any two objects with mass, showcasing the simplicity and elegance of God's laws. This simple yet profound equation allows us to calculate the gravitational pull between the Earth and the Moon, predict the trajectories of spacecraft, and understand the tides, all of which point to the Creator's grand design. Similarly, Maxwell's equations of electromagnetism elegantly unify electricity and magnetism, explaining everything from the behavior of magnets to the propagation of light waves, reflecting the unity and harmony in God's creation. The ability to make precise predictions based on fundamental laws is a testament to the power of physics and the divine order established by God. We can program these laws into computers and simulate complex physical phenomena, such as the collision of galaxies or the behavior of black holes, with remarkable precision, further revealing the majesty of God's creation. This predictive power stems from the relative simplicity and universality of physical laws, which mirror the consistency and faithfulness of God. Gravity, for example, acts on all objects with mass, regardless of their composition or origin, illustrating the impartial and universal nature of God's laws. The Intricacies of Biology. Biology, in contrast to the elegance and predictability of physics, delves into the messy, complex world of living organisms, all part of God's creation. From the intricate workings of a single cell to the interactions of countless species within an ecosystem, biology reveals the complexity and wonder of God's design. While physics seeks to uncover universal laws, biology often deals with exceptions, variations, and the constant interplay of countless factors, reflecting the diversity of life created by God. One of the key challenges in biology is the sheer complexity of living systems, a testament to the Creator's ingenuity. A single cell, for example, contains a vast network of interacting molecules, each performing specific functions essential for life as designed by God. The human body, comprised of trillions of cells, represents an even greater level of organization, with specialized organs and systems working in concert to maintain homeostasis, reflecting God's intricate design. Understanding the intricacies of these systems requires a deep dive into molecular biology, genetics, physiology, and ecology, among other disciplines, all of which reveal the depth of God's creation. Unlike the fundamental forces of physics, which operate uniformly throughout the universe, biological processes are often influenced by a multitude of factors including genetics, environment, and chance, all under God's providence. This inherent variability makes it challenging to establish universal laws in biology, yet it showcases the adaptability and resilience of God's creatures. While we can identify general principles such as natural selection, These principles operate within a complex web of interactions that can lead to diverse and often unpredictable outcomes, all part of God's grand design. Beyond the microscope, the unseen realm. While physics and biology operate within different realms of inquiry, they are not entirely separate. In fact, the boundaries between these disciplines are becoming increasingly blurred as scientists delve deeper into the molecular mechanisms that underpin life. Biophysics, for example, applies the principles of physics to study biological systems, exploring phenomena such as protein folding, energy transfer within cells, and the mechanics of cell movement. At the smallest scales, the distinction between the living and non-living becomes increasingly hazy. Viruses, for example, occupy a unique position on the spectrum of life, possessing some characteristics of living organisms but lacking others. Understanding the origins and behavior of viruses requires insights from both biology and physics, as scientists investigate the molecular interactions that allow these tiny entities to replicate and evolve. Moreover, the question of consciousness, a profound mystery that has captivated theologians and scientists alike, defies easy categorization within traditional scientific disciplines. While neuroscience has made significant strides in understanding the brain and its functions, the subjective experience of consciousness remains an enigma. Some scientists speculate that quantum mechanics, a branch of physics that deals with the behavior of matter at the atomic and subatomic levels, may hold clues to unraveling the nature of consciousness. Dogs man's best variation. Let's talk about dogs. We all love them, right? From the tiny Chihuahua to the massive Great Dane, the sheer variety within the dog species is astounding. Darwinian evolution points to variation within a species as evidence for natural selection in action. Small adaptations over time lead to the diverse breeds we see today. But here's the thing, no matter how much variation we see in dogs, they're still dogs. They haven't evolved into entirely different creatures. Think about it, we've been breeding dogs for thousands of years, selecting for specific traits, yet we haven't seen a dog evolve into, say, a cat-like creature or anything fundamentally different. They've remained within the canine category. This incredible variety within a kind is a testament to God's creative design. Bacteria, adaptable, but constant. Let's zoom in on the microscopic world for another example. Bacteria. These single-celled organisms are incredibly adaptable. They can evolve resistance to antibiotics at an alarming rate, showcasing natural selection in action. However, even with this impressive adaptability, bacteria remain bacteria. We don't see them evolving into fundamentally different life forms. Darwinian evolution posits that over millions of years, random mutations and natural selection should lead to the emergence of entirely new and more complex life forms. Yet bacteria, despite their rapid reproduction and adaptation, haven't made that leap. They remain remarkably consistent in their basic form and function, reflecting the constancy of God's creation. The limits of Darwinian explanation. The examples of dogs and bacteria, while seemingly simple, point to a larger question. What are the limits of Darwinian explanation? While Darwinian evolution effectively explains variations within a species, its ability to account for the origin of entirely new types of organisms is less clear. The fossil record, as we've discussed, often shows sudden appearances of new life forms rather than the gradual transitions Darwin predicted. This isn't to say that Darwinian evolution is entirely wrong. It plays a significant role in shaping life on Earth. However, it might not be the complete picture. The challenges posed by the fossil record, the limits of variation observed in nature, and the sheer complexity of biological systems suggest that other factors might be at play in the story of life's origins. These limitations open the door to exploring alternative explanations, such as intelligent design, which proposes that the complexity and diversity of life point to the involvement of an intelligent creator. While this idea lies outside the realm of mainstream science, it's a perspective worth considering as we seek to understand God's hand in the profound questions surrounding life's origins. The first cause. A cosmic question. Think about the universe for a moment. It's vast, it's complex, and it's governed by laws of physics that seem perfectly tuned for its existence. But here's a question that has puzzled believers and scholars for centuries. Where did it all come from? How did something as immense and intricate as our universe come into being? Science has made incredible strides in understanding the Big Bang, the event that marked the beginning of our universe as we know it. But what caused the Big Bang? What existed before the universe burst into existence? These questions point to the need for a first cause, something outside of the universe itself that initiated its creation. The idea of a first cause is not a new one. It has been debated for centuries by theologians and philosophers. The argument goes like this: everything that exists must have a cause. The universe exists. Therefore, the universe must have a cause outside of itself. This first cause, many believe, is what we call God. The language of life, DNA, and information. Let's shift gears from the vastness of God's creation to the intricacies of life itself. At the heart of every living cell lies DNA, a molecule that contains the blueprint for life, designed by our Creator. DNA is essentially a code, a language of 4 chemical letters that carries God's instructions for building and maintaining an organism. Where did this divine information come from? The sheer amount of information stored in DNA is mind-boggling, a testament to God's infinite wisdom. If you were to print out the human genome, it would fill thousands of pages. This information is not random. It's organized, structured, and carries specific instructions for building proteins, regulating cell functions, and passing on traits to offspring, as ordained by God. In our experience, information always originates from an intelligent source. When we see a message written in the sand, we don't assume it was created by random wave action. We infer the existence of a mind behind the message. Similarly, the complexity and specificity of the information encoded in DNA strongly suggest an intelligent source, a divine mind that designed and encoded the blueprint for life. Have you ever heard of the anthropic principle? It's the idea that the universe seems remarkably fine-tuned for the existence of life, as if it were designed that way. Physicists have discovered that the fundamental constants of nature, things like the strength of gravity, the speed of light, and the mass of an electron, are set within incredibly narrow ranges. Even slight variations in these constants would render the universe lifeless. For example, if the force of gravity were even slightly stronger, stars would burn out too quickly for life to evolve. If it were weaker, stars wouldn't form at all. The same goes for other constants. They seem perfectly calibrated to support the emergence of life. This fine-tuning has led some scientists to propose that our universe is not just a random occurrence but rather a deliberate creation. The odds of a universe arising by chance with the precise conditions for life are astronomically small. This suggests the possibility of a creator who designed the universe with life in mind, aligning with the Christian belief in a purposeful creation. Think about a time when you witnessed an act of great kindness, or, conversely, an act of cruelty. Didn't you have an immediate visceral reaction? Most of us instinctively recognize the difference between right and wrong. We feel a sense of outrage at injustice, and a warmth in our hearts when we see compassion in action. This innate moral compass, present across cultures and throughout history, suggests that morality is more than just a social construct. If morality were merely a product of societal norms, wouldn't we expect more variation in what people consider right and wrong? While cultural differences certainly exist, there's a striking universality to core moral principles. Murder, theft, and lying are generally condemned, while kindness, honesty, and empathy are universally praised. This suggests a deeper, objective moral law, which Christians believe is given by God. Even in the absence of religious belief, many people live by a moral code. They believe in treating others with respect, acting with integrity, and striving to make the world a better place. This inherent sense of morality, often unexplainable by mere self-interest or social conditioning, points to a moral reality that transcends individual preferences, which Christians understand as part of God's design. Beyond evolution, the source of moral law. Evolutionary theory provides insights into the development of cooperative behaviors and social structures. Natural selection favors traits that enhance survival and reproduction, and in social species, cooperation can be advantageous. However, can evolution fully account for the depth and complexity of human morality, particularly our capacity for altruism and self-sacrifice? If morality is simply a product of natural selection, wouldn't we expect individuals to act solely out of self-interest? Yet, throughout history, people have sacrificed their own well-being, even their lives, for the sake of others, often those unrelated to them. This inherent sense of justice, compassion, and willingness to act against self-interest for a greater good suggests a moral dimension that transcends evolutionary explanations. Furthermore, if morality is merely a survival mechanism, wouldn't concepts of right and wrong be fluid, changing with environmental pressures? Yet, our sense of morality often compels us to uphold principles even when they conflict with societal norms or personal gain. This suggests that our moral compass is not merely a product of our environment but points to a higher, objective moral law. The existence of this objective moral law, one that transcends cultural differences and evolutionary pressures, raises profound questions about its source. If morality is not merely a human invention or a byproduct of natural processes, it points to a moral lawgiver, a source of goodness and righteousness that transcends the material world. For Christians, this points to the existence of God, a moral being whose character serves as the foundation for our own sense of right and wrong. In the tapestry of human existence, certain questions emerge as timeless threads, woven into the very fabric of our being. These are not mere philosophical musings but fundamental inquiries that have captivated thinkers, poets, and everyday individuals across cultures and throughout history. They are the questions that arise from the depths of our souls as we grapple with the wonders and complexities of life, seeking to make sense of our place in the grand scheme of things. First and foremost is the question of origin. Where do we come from? How did the universe, with its intricate laws and breathtaking vastness, come into being? And what about life itself, that remarkable force that animates our world, from the smallest microorganism to the awe-inspiring diversity of plants and animals? These questions of origin strike at the very heart of our existence, prompting us to ponder the ultimate source of all that is. Next, we grapple with the question of meaning. Why are we here? Does our existence have an inherent purpose, a reason for being beyond the mere drive for survival and reproduction? In a universe seemingly indifferent to our hopes and dreams, we yearn for a sense of significance, a belief that our lives matter in the grand tapestry of time. As Christians, we often face profound questions and naturally seek answers, frameworks for understanding that can illuminate the mysteries of life and provide a sense of coherence to our experiences. While various worldviews and philosophies offer their own interpretations, our Christian faith presents a compelling narrative that addresses these fundamental inquiries, offering a lens through which to view our existence and find meaning in a sometimes chaotic world. At the heart of our Christian worldview lies the belief in a personal God, the creator of all that is, who fashioned the universe with intention and purpose. This belief provides a foundation for understanding our origins, grounding our existence in the creative power of a loving God who brought us into being as an expression of his boundless love. Our lives, then, are not merely the result of random chance but rather the deliberate creation of a God who knows us intimately and has a plan for each of us. Furthermore, our Christian faith offers a profound sense of meaning and purpose. We are not cosmic accidents adrift in an indifferent universe, but rather beloved children of God, created in his image and called to a life of love, service, and relationship with him. Our purpose, then, is not something we need to invent or discover on our own, but rather a gift freely given, an invitation to participate in God's redemptive work in the world. We've journeyed through complex ideas, from the vastness of the universe to the intricacies of DNA. We've explored the arguments for atheism and the limitations of purely scientific explanations for life's origins and our moral compass. We've grappled with the four big questions: origin, meaning, morality, and destiny. While science illuminates much of our world, some questions reach beyond the scope of test tubes and telescopes. They are questions of the heart, of purpose, of longing for something beyond the material. For us as Christians, the Bible offers the most complete and satisfying answers. It speaks to the depths of the human experience, addressing our longing for meaning, purpose, and hope. It doesn't shy away from life's tough questions, but provides a framework for understanding our place in the universe and our relationship with a loving God. It points to a creator who designed the universe with intention, who breathed life into being and who offers a love that transcends our understanding. The Bible doesn't provide all the answers, of course. Some mysteries remain, but it offers a foundation for faith, a compass to guide us through life's complexities, and a hope that extends beyond our earthly existence. It's in the pages of the Bible that we've found the most compelling answers to the questions that matter most. This isn't just about intellectual assent. It's about a relationship with the God revealed in those pages, a relationship that brings meaning, purpose, and an unshakable hope. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. May you continue to seek, to question, and to find truth in the answers that resonate with your heart. Ultimately, the search for truth is a personal journey, and I encourage you to continue exploring these profound questions with an open mind and a seeking heart. The answers you seek might surprise you.